My boyfriend kept me from meeting his kids for 2 years with every excuse under the sun, but when his child randomly showed up at a family party, he admitted to his relatives that he was intentionally dragging his feet, so now he gets to drag his feet all the way out my front door. Posted by you/bunny_rabbit3910. I, 34F, have been in a relationship with my 32M boyfriend for over 2 years. I have a child from a previous relationship, he has 2 from his, and my child and my boyfriend get along great. But after all this time, I still haven't met his kids, and it's been a real point of frustration for me. Each time I've asked about meeting them, he's had a different excuse. The first time he said he wasn't sure where they'd sleep, and I responded by offering to go half with him on beds for them to go in my spare bedroom. Another time he said the timing wasn't right, and I tried to be understanding, and suggested we plan a play date out somewhere for all of the children. When he mentioned the long drive being an issue, I started getting frustrated. The drive is 30 minutes, he travels farther for work. And lastly, when he said he didn't want to deal with his ex's complaints, everything started to click and I lost it. No matter how I tried to address each excuse, it never seemed to change the outcome. His ex is in a new relationship, and her new partner has already met their kids. Knowing that her boyfriend has been welcomed into that part of their lives just highlights how excluded I feel. I've told my boyfriend how all of this makes me feel like we're not on the same page, and that our relationship is stagnant. Knowing all this, he keeps reassuring me that it will happen eventually, but he never gives a clear timeline. And it's not just about meeting his kids. We're not on the same page about the future either. I want to get married and have another child someday, and while he says he wants marriage in theory, we never really have a serious conversation about it. As for having another child, he's made it clear he's not interested, and that's a big deal to me. On top of that, he has child support obligations from his kid's mother, and while I understand that's a financial strain, he's not doing anything to adjust it. He won't talk to his ex about renegotiating, he won't pick up extra work, and I feel like I'm left carrying a lot of the load. So here I am wondering, do I cut my losses and move on, or do I try to be more patient and understanding, and see if he'll step up? I'd really appreciate any advice on how to navigate this. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, sounds like he doesn't see a future with you. Commenter 2, or she's his side piece. Whoa, hold on. Though I agree he may have not seen a future with me, I was definitely not the side piece, honey. Please do not project that energy on me. We were together nearly every day these last 2 years, except if we had to go to work, or he had his children. Even then we would be on the phone the entire time he was away. If I was the side piece, there is no way his main would be okay with him constantly being around me, or on the phone with him, and not notice or say something. There was no indication of this, so please stop projecting. Commenter 3, cut your losses. You have fundamental differences in the current and future state of the relationship that he has no interest in discussing or changing. He doesn't see a future. You can't make someone want another child. Please move on. Commenter 4, you literally do not share the same goals, or you haven't had a conversation where you both agree on the same plans. There is no real compatibility if your visions for the future don't match. How can you expect reassurance if he doesn't want marriage or kids, hasn't encouraged you to meet his, and isn't planning for the things you want? Sometimes I wonder, and I don't mean to be rude, but have you considered this? From what you said, it sounds like he spends time at your house when he isn't busy, but has no intention of doing anything beyond a casual relationship. You let him be around your kids for 2 years without meeting his, and that seems really odd to me. He either doesn't have custody to take them overnight, or he doesn't want it. That is not the behavior of an active dad. You want to marry and have more children with someone who doesn't want those things. This doesn't seem sustainable or real. Update, 3 days later. So the day after I posted this, me, him and my child went to one of his family gatherings. Usually I don't bring my child because it's normally for adults only, but I didn't have anyone who could watch my baby for me. He called one of his family members and asked if any other children would be there. And get this, his oldest child was going to be there, and he wasn't aware of this. Long story short, we went to the gathering. I met his child, and to be expected it was awkward as heck, but I did my best to try to interact as much as I could. I felt good about the encounter, and I couldn't wait to meet his youngest child. On the way home we talked about it, and he let it slip how crazy it was that she was there. He said that he was just talking to one of his family members about how I haven't met his kids and why. He admitted to this family member that he was intentionally dragging his feet, but wouldn't tell me more than that or why. When I tell y'all, that really annoyed me till no end, but I didn't say anything. I stewed over this information on top of everything else I told y'all, the lack of being on the same page as far as the future. I came to the decision I wanted it to be over. So I ended it. He told me that he hasn't done anything, i.e. filed for custody and other things I suggested, because if I left today or tomorrow he would have to face the consequences, and I could go out and live my life. I thought I was making a mistake breaking up with him, but once he said that, I knew I made the right decision. Thank you so much for the advice. I completely appreciate it. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, you were a placeholder. I'm sorry, but glad you ended it. Ops response, you saying that really hurts my feelings, but thank you nonetheless. I appreciate your input. Commenter 2, can just find someone else on the same page as you with regards to the topic at hand. I know easier said than done, but this ain't changing. This isn't a fix-it thingy. Ops response, I'm realizing that now. I hope I can find someone on the same page as me. Commenter 3, not wanting another child should have been a deal breaker. That alone meant you weren't compatible, but the rest is just weird. If you weren't in the car, he probably would have had someone remove the child from the party. He's a loser, and I avoid dating single dads even as a single mom because of stuff like this. There is a reason the mother of his kids decided raising 2 kids alone was better than doing it with him, and he showed you for 2 years why. Ops response, not defending him, but he broke it off with her. When she found out about me, she did not take it well at all. From that point on, she made sure to make both our lives a living heck. Once he saw that it's like our relationship got put on hold. I tried helping out, he wouldn't take it. Commenter 4, he didn't want to file for custody of his own kids, because he couldn't guarantee that you would raise them for him. What a freaking deadbeat. Ops response, didn't think of it that way. Commenter 5, if I left today or tomorrow, he would have to face the consequences, and I could go out and live my life. Not being shady, but what else could this have meant, girl? It sounds like he would only file if he had a free babysitter. Which is kind of wild. Ops response, I was more focused on him getting his stuff and leaving without it turning into a conflict. At that specific moment, I interpreted that to mean you aren't worth me dealing with consequences that will come from her, if that makes sense. That's why I appreciate all your perspectives, because y'all are on the outside looking in, and much more clear-headed than I am right now.